there was a cabaret show at the Spiegel tent of Paul Kelly songs, done by cabaret artistes, and and you thought maybe if we got together and formed a bit of a string quartet and did one of Paul's songs, but none of us played any violins or anything, so we had to make do with singing.
Yep.
And you're right. Is everything?
Oh, no, nothing.
Are you nicking stuff?
No, I'm borrowing it.
Right.
It's ours.
Yeah. Okay. Because I am trying to create a sort of tell a story here. It's not easy.
I can't get to sleep. I think about the implications. Diving in too deep.
You know, Tripod has a kind of a way of working together that is mysterious and terrifying.
Yoni and I have developed a way of singing during the course of this show, and it's dead mouth singing.
Well,
what?
We didn't invent it.
We didn't invent it.
No, it's a dead mouth.
Alex Lloyd.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Day after day reappears.
It's always interesting for us when we've worked together as the three of us for so long to actually put another ingredient in, and that's you, Eddie, the ingredient. So for us, it just changed. He's an ingredient to an alchemy that can't be described. Metaphor.
The caught between the sheets always brings exasperation. It's time to walk the streets. Smell the desperation.
It's both a challenge and a boon having Ed, because his voice, none of us just have that actual anchoring bass voice. In fact, someone who came to that show where we first did that Paul Kelly night, and someone who saw us said the first thing they said was, it's good to hear Tripod with some balls.
If you're vying for his attention, not enough affection for you.
10, 11, 12, 30. Friday night I was late, I was walking you home, we got... What?
We got it.
I knew that would. I knew something like that would happen.
1, 2, 3,
7.
Friday night I was late, I was walking you home, we got down to the gate, and I was dreaming of the night.
And I think for the first couple of weeks, you guys were probably being the nice version of yourself. And then I took it as a compliment when that sort of devolved and we had our first kind of like, I don't know, like it wasn't a disagreement. And it was a disagreement on something really like small but fundamental, and it's always been about taste. Like, is this good or is this shit taste, you know? What can we get away with? What's going to be ironic and what's going to be just terrible? And that's funny because there's fight, and then you guys will go, I don't care, just, and no one wants to take responsibility anymore.
What are your hopes for opening for the show? What do you think?
I hope that it's really in tune, because only a couple of the songs have instruments that aren't voices, and that's the challenge. It's way harder than singing with a guitar.
You know, there's nowhere to hide in this show, and I think that's kind of exciting. I think an audience sort of feeds off that as well, because it's pretty hard to do a cappella stuff well, as YouTube will attest.
But I also hope that it's got a good tone to it, because sometimes we're mucking around and sometimes we're just trying to do the song well, and hopefully that all works together for people.
There isn't enough variation and difference with all the songs to make it kind of interesting, I think.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me rephrase that. I think there's enough variation in the songs and the arrangements to make it really interesting.
So yeah, it's been good so far. I mean, but you know, I think as the pressure of opening night approaches, things might start getting a bit ragged, you know, and we'll start turning on each other, and things could get a bit rough. It's been a honeymoon so far.
Yeah, it'd be good for the story if we did that.
Yeah, there'd be a bit of will they, won't they?
Yeah. Good for the doco.
I will meet you in the middle of the air. Come and meet me in the middle.
That's true. It's like Bell's palsy, but both sides.
Terrible thing.
But in order to achieve that perfect tone, that spooky, haunting sound, you've got to sort of just deaden your mouth.
Has the extra benefit of looking great. It looks so good.